Hello everyone and welcome to GR Golf, and I'm Jim, and welcome to today's golf rules tip, an unplayable ball in a bunker. Now the rules of golf allow us 4 options to address this situation if we elect to declare the ball unplayable inside a bunker. This rule applies for a greenside bunker, as we have here at the house, also a fairway bunker. If you're in a bunker, whether it's a fairway bunker or a greenside bunker, this video will help guide you if you decide to declare the ball unplayable. Here in my video today, I've got my golf ball here, and it may be a little hard for you to see on the camera. If you look at the thumbnail, you can see a little bit better, but the ball is buried in the sand, really buried live. I can just barely see half of the ball. And in this case, even though I'm a pretty good bunker player, I may decide to declare this ball unplayable, even though it's going to cost me a penalty stroke or 2. We'll get to that in a minute. But because I don't want to drive this ball further into the sand, I don't want to maybe scull it and land it 60 yards and put it in a worse place, so I might very well decide to declare this ball unplayable. And in this video, I'm going to show you what your options are next. Option number 1 with a 1-stroke penalty is to take a drop inside the bunker within 2 club lengths of where my ball is located. And again, this is a 1-stroke penalty. So I've got my driver, which is the longest club in my bag except for my putter, per the rules of golf, and I'm going to mark out my dropping area here, make sure I'm not any closer to the hole. And in this case, I got to make sure if I want to do this option, I stay in the bunker. I cannot take a drop within 2 club lengths outside the bunker. So I'm going to lay out the area, put some tees down, and we'll take our drop for option number 1. So I took my driver and I rolled it over because I'm working off of 2 club lengths, and now I have my dropping area mapped out here with my tees. So just for the benefit of you viewers, I'm going to take my my club and put a little line here to show you my piece of pizza or pie, as we like to call it on this channel. Goes to there. There, I'm not any closer to the hole. Back 2 club lengths right through here. So even though my ball is over here on this edge, 2 club lengths gives me a pretty good area to drop in. So now I'm going to pick up my ball, of course clean it, substitute it if I need to, if it's scuffed up, and take my drop. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and pick the ball up. In this case, I'm just going to clean it off, but again, you can substitute this ball if you would like. Maybe you got it and seen it hit the cart path real hard if you see some scuffs. Maybe you want to substitute it, but in this case this ball looks good. I've cleaned it. Now I'm going to survey where I want to drop this, because in this case this is costing me a 1-stroke penalty. I want to make sure I drop this in the best chance for me to get up on the green and 1 putt. So I'm going to survey, and then I'm going to take my drop at knee height. So you'll notice here, I'm going to try to get where this is a little flatter area. I'm actually going to stand outside of the dropping area and take my drop because I want to get in this specific spot. Remember, like I tell everybody on this channel, as long as the ball lands in there and stays in there, we're good to go, even if I'm standing outside it. So here we go. We'll drop it at knee height. Ball landed in the relief area, stayed in there. Now, like I like to do on this channel, let's do a hypothetical situation here. Let's say we were playing a par 4, and I hit my 2nd shot into this greenside bunker. So my tee shot was 1, I hit my 2nd shot in on this par 4, I just missed the green. Okay, laying shot 2 right there. Because this is a 1-stroke penalty, I just dropped shot 3, and I'm hitting shot 4 right here. So now I've moved the camera, and I've actually moved my ball to another location to show you an additional option you have if your ball is in a bad position and you decide to declare it unplayable. Option number 2, with a 1-stroke penalty as well, is to take a drop on the backward extension inside the bunker. Again, you got to stay inside the bunker for this option for a 1-stroke penalty. So what we simply do is I draw a line from my flag there on the green to where my golf ball is, and back as far as I like, as long as I stay in the bunker, and take a drop within 1 club length of that point. So we're going to go back here. I'm going to survey the area, probably going to drop somewhere in here, put a tee down, and then we'll mark out the 1 club length area to drop. Now I've went back on my backward extension, back to this point here. Again, I could drop as close as I would like to that golf ball or as far back as I would like for this option, as long as I stay in the bunker. So I chose a spot back here where it's a little bit of a flatter lie. Now I'm going to take my driver and mark out a 1 club length dropping area. Simply lay the driver down, make sure you're not any closer to the hole. Put a tee down. Put another one down. So in this case, I have a whole half a piece of pizza or pie working off that point on the backward extension to take my drop. So now I'm going to go up, retrieve my ball, clean it off, and take my drop. Kind of like this area right here. So I'm going to try to land it in there, knee height. Drop the ball landed in the relief area, stayed in there, and I'm good to go. Again, on our hypothetical situation, on this par 4, I hit shot number 2 into this bunker. Because this is a 1-stroke penalty for option 2 as well, I just dropped shot 3 and I'm hitting shot 4. Now let's talk about the other 2 options. The other 2 options are where you actually take a drop outside of the bunker. Now I've come back a little bit and I've already went up and I've decided to declare my ball that's in the bunker unplayable, and I'm electing to take option number 3, which is to take a drop on the side of your last stroke with a 1-stroke penalty. In this case, in our hypothetical situation, this is a par 4 we're playing, and I told you earlier that I hit my second shot into the bunker. So now I went back to where I hit my second shot. Shot number 2 went into the bunker. Now I'm coming back to the side of my last stroke. Oftentimes you got to estimate this to the best of your ability. In this case, I could come back and see a divot that I made. So I'm going to put a tee down right here because this is the side of my last stroke. Now mind you, I'm out here in the general area because this was my second shot. If your first shot was on the tee box, for example a par 3, this happens often of course, and you declare your ball unplayable in a bunker, then you could tee the ball up back there, again with a 1-stroke penalty for option number 3, you could tee the ball up normally on the teeing box. But in this case, because my second shot was the one I hit in the bunker, I'm back here in the general area, so I go back and estimate that the best I can. So I've got a mark here at the side of my last stroke. Now I'm allowed to take a drop within 1 club length, so I'm going to mark that out on the ground and take my drop. So like I like to do on this channel, I took the time and sprayed some lines here on the ground just so you guys can visualize what a 1 club length area looks like in this case. There again, it's important to know the rules of golf because, you know, you go back to your spot and where you hit this ball, maybe the cause of it was you had a bad lie and it caused you to hit that in the bunker in the first place. Know that you go back to the side of your last stroke and you get a full club length to drop the ball. So it's important to know that. Don't just go back and if it benefits you to come over here a club length or there or back, know that you're allowed to do that. That's why it's important to know the rules of golf to have a better chance to improve your scores. So I took my golf ball, cleaned it off, substituted if I needed to, and I'm going to survey the area where I want to drop. In this case, most likely you won't have a building in your way, but here at the house I have the garage in the way, so I'm going to lean over this way and drop over in this area. Before I do that, I'm going to remove any loose impediments. In this case, there's leaves here because we're entering into fall here in Indiana. So I'm going to remove some leaves before I drop. You're allowed to do that. And I'm going to take my drop. I'm going to survey. I really like to drop somewhere in here, so I'm going to take these leaves, go ahead and move them out of the way. Okay? Drop it at knee height. Ball landed in the relief area, stayed in there, and I can hit my shot. So let's go through our math here. Again, we're playing a par 4. I hit my tee shot to here, 1, hit 2 into the bunker. I decided to take it unplayable and use option 3 of taking a drop at the side of my last stroke. So I just did that and I dropped shot 3. I'm hitting shot 4 from back here, trying to get it up on the green in 1 putt. So you can see there's several options. As a matter of fact, we still have one more option available to us, and we're going to go over that next. For our fourth and final option, when declaring a ball unplayable inside a bunker, we can take a drop on the backward extension of where your golf ball is located and the golf hole back as far as you would like outside of the bunker. Now for this option, unlike the one that we took a drop inside the bunker, this option, because we're taking a drop outside the bunker, actually is a 2-stroke penalty. Again, this is a 2-stroke penalty to take the backward extension outside of the bunker. And that's mainly because we have gained a lot more distance, hopefully, than the last option where we were farther away. So the rules of golf allow us this fourth option. So what we simply do is, just like we did inside the bunker, we draw a line from the golf hole to where my ball is that I'm declaring it unplayable. I'll point that out. It's right here. I've decided to declare it unplayable. I can take a drop back in the general area back here, back as far as I like, okay? So I'm gonna go back, I wanna get kind of close to the green, and I'm gonna pick a point somewhere in here. So I'm gonna take my club, line it up, and put a tee down. Okay, I know that point is on the backward extension. Now I get to take a drop within 1 club length, just like we did at the side of the last stroke. So I'll lay that area out, spray some lines on the ground, we'll take our drop again for a 2-stroke penalty. So now I've taken my driver, and from that point I established, put some tees down, and then I sprayed some lines for the benefit of you viewers. Of course, obviously you're not gonna be able to spray lines on the ground on the golf course. Put some tees down, make sure you're within a club length, because you get a drop within 1 club length, not any closer to the hole from that point that you established back as far as you would like. So I've done that. Again, I'm gonna survey the area, I'm gonna grab my ball, clean it off. So I've got my ball, get you a rag if you need to, at least clean it off. You know, give yourself the best chance for success. So I'm going to survey the area, and I really like this corner over here of this piece of pizza or pie, as we like to call it. So I'm going to simply come over here. Again, I'm looking right where I want to go. Okay, ball landed in there, stayed in there. Now I'm good to go. So let's go over our map. Shot number 1, I hit into the general area. Shot number 2, I put into the bunker. Okay, I decided to declare that ball unplayable on this par 4. Now I decided to take option 4. This, however, has a 2-stroke penalty, so I just dropped shot 3 and 4 right here, and I'm hitting shot 5 right here. So it's important to know and weigh out your options when it comes to declaring a ball unplayable in the bunker. You know, maybe even though this is 2 strokes, maybe in the overall scheme of things, this will help you to avoid a 7 or an 8 on this hole. So it's important to know your options in the rules of golf, and hopefully these videos help you do that. We really enjoy doing them here on this channel, and feel free in the comments to put in there if you'd like to see a different a rule that we haven't covered. I'd be more than happy to investigate that and get some detailed videos on it. I know there's a lot of golf rules videos out there. USGA puts great ones on. They don't go in a lot of detail, and I like going into detail on this channel. So to kind of walk you through and help you think about the best scenario for you to help lower your scores. Because here at GIR Golf, that's what we're all about, helping everybody lower their scores and enjoy this great game. Everybody has more fun on the golf course when their scores are lower. Thank you so much for tuning into our channel. We really appreciate all you viewers. We appreciate our loyal subscribers. Feel free to push that subscribe button if you haven't already. Push that notification button and enjoy the great content that we've got coming down the road. With that being said, remember to smile often, have fun, and God loves you. See you next time.